If you don't design your own life plan, chances are you'll fall into someone else's plan. And guess what they have planned for you? Not much. Let me ask you something. What if I told you there are only 5 secrets standing between you and the life you dream of? Not 5 miracles, not 5 lucky breaks, just 5 simple, practical secrets. And if you understand them and apply them consistently, they can take you from where you are to where you truly want to be. Success is not a mystery. It leaves clues, and anyone, yes, anyone, can follow those clues. Let me share with you the 5 secrets that have shaped every ultra-successful person I've ever studied, worked with, or learned from. The first and most important step to achieving anything in life is knowing exactly what you want. Most people drift through their days without a clear destination. They wake up, go through the motions, handle whatever comes their way, and then wonder why nothing changes. But here's the truth. If you don't know where you're going, how can you expect to get there? Success doesn't happen by accident. It happens by design. You need a clear vision, a specific goal, something that pulls you forward with purpose. It's not enough to say, I want to be successful, or I want to be happy. That's too vague. What does success look like to you? What does happiness mean in your life? When you take the time to define your vision, everything begins to shift. Decisions become easier. Priorities become clearer. You stop wasting time on things that don't serve your future. That clarity becomes your compass. It keeps you focused when distractions come, and it keeps you motivated when things get hard. It doesn't mean the path will always be smooth, but it means you won't wander aimlessly. Jim Rohn used to say, "You cannot hit a target you cannot see." If you want to build a meaningful life, write down your goals. See them in your mind every day. Make your vision so vivid that it becomes impossible to ignore. That level of clarity is powerful. It turns wishes into plans and plans into action. The moment you define exactly what you want, you activate a part of yourself that begins to work in that direction, often in ways you don't even fully understand. That's the beginning of achievement. And that's where all success starts, with a clear, focused vision of the life you truly want. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Without it, even the clearest vision remains a dream. Discipline is what transforms goals into reality through daily effort, consistent habits, and focused behavior. It's not flashy or exciting. It's often quiet, repetitive, and unseen, but it is powerful. The truth is, most people lose not because they lack talent or desire, but because they lack discipline. They start strong but fail to follow through. They know what they should do, but they don't do it regularly enough to see results. Discipline means doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. It means choosing long-term growth over short-term comfort. It's waking up early to work on your goals, reading instead of scrolling, exercising when it's easier to stay in bed, saving when you could spend. These small decisions, made over and over again, are what separate the average from the extraordinary. Anyone can be motivated for a day or two. Discipline is what keeps you moving when motivation fades. Jim Rohn once said, "We must all suffer one of 2 things, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret." That quote holds deep truth. The pain of discipline is temporary. The rewards are long-lasting. But the pain of regret can stay with you for a lifetime. When you practice discipline daily, you gain control over your life. You begin to trust yourself. You build momentum. And over time, your disciplined efforts compound into massive results. The world may not see your effort in the beginning, but eventually, the results speak for themselves. Discipline doesn't guarantee overnight success, but it does guarantee progress. And with enough progress, success becomes inevitable. One of the most powerful ways to accelerate your success is by learning from those who have already walked the path. You don't have to figure everything out on your own. In fact, trying to do so often leads to wasted time, costly mistakes, and unnecessary frustration. The people who achieve great things rarely do it in isolation. They study others, seek guidance, and apply proven principles. Mentors can come in many forms: books, seminars, conversations, even recorded speeches. What matters is the wisdom they offer and your willingness to receive it. When you learn from mentors, you tap into years, sometimes decades, of experience condensed into valuable lessons. They've made the mistakes so you don't have to. They've discovered what works, what doesn't, and what truly matters. That knowledge is a shortcut if you're wise enough to use it. Jim Rohn often said, "Don't just read the easy stuff. You may be entertained, but you won't grow." The idea is simple. Growth comes from stretching yourself, from learning, from seeking out the insights of those who have already achieved what you're aiming for. The beautiful thing about learning from mentors is that it keeps your mind sharp and your vision grounded in reality. It gives you strategies, principles, and perspective. It also keeps you humble. You begin to realize that success is not just about effort. It's also about alignment, timing, and understanding the game you're playing. There's no reason to repeat avoidable failures when the answers are available. The wisest people are not the ones who claim to know it all, but those who constantly learn from others. Success leaves clues, and mentors hold many of them. Your job is to watch, listen, apply, and grow. That's how you rise faster than you ever could on your own. Ideas are powerful, but they only change your life when you act on them. Too many people spend their time thinking, planning, and dreaming, waiting for the perfect moment to begin. But the truth is, there's no perfect moment. Waiting only creates more delay, more doubt, and more fear. The real key to progress is taking action. Imperfect, messy, courageous action. Even a small step forward is more valuable than the best plan that never leaves the page. Action creates momentum, and momentum builds confidence. Once you begin, you start to figure things out. You learn faster, adjust better, and grow stronger. Jim Rohn said, "You don't have to get it perfect. You just have to get it going." That's a philosophy worth adopting. Most of the breakthroughs in life happen not because someone had a brilliant idea, but because they were bold enough to act. You don't need to know every step. You just need to move in the direction of your goals. Each step will reveal the next. Action is the great separator between those who want and those who achieve. It's easy to get caught in the trap of overthinking, but thinking without doing is just a comfortable way to avoid risk. Growth, results, and transformation all require movement. You build the future by what you do today, not what you intend, hope, or promise. If you have a goal, take one action toward it now. Don't wait for motivation or certainty. Those come later. What matters most is starting. Progress is addictive, and once you begin, you'll want to keep going. Action turns fear into strength, doubt into clarity, and vision into reality. If you want to achieve everything you desire, stop waiting, start moving. Your results will always reflect the actions you're willing to take. No journey toward success is ever smooth from beginning to end. There will be obstacles, disappointments, failures, and moments where giving up feels easier than pressing on. But what separates the truly successful from the rest is their ability to persist despite challenges. They don't let failure stop them. They learn from it, adjust their approach, and keep going. Persistence doesn't mean doing the same thing repeatedly without change. It means staying committed to your goal while being flexible in how you reach it. The road to success is rarely a straight line. It requires adaptability, resilience, and the mental strength to continue when things don't go as planned. People often give up right before their breakthrough. They quit after the first setback or when the results don't come fast enough. But success is a long game. Those who achieve their dreams understand that struggle is part of the process. Every failure carries a lesson, every delay has something to teach, and every challenge is an opportunity to grow stronger. The key is to keep moving, even when progress feels slow or invisible. Over time, consistent effort builds power. What seems impossible at first becomes manageable, and then eventually inevitable. Jim Rohn often emphasized the importance of staying the course. Life responds to those who refuse to quit. When you persist with purpose and adapt with wisdom, the universe begins to shift in your favor. What once seemed out of reach starts moving closer. The world opens up to those who remain steady when others fall away. If you truly want to achieve everything you desire in life, You must be willing to endure, evolve, and press forward, no matter how hard it gets, because in the end, persistence is what turns dreams into reality. Success is not about luck, background, or waiting for the perfect opportunity. It's about taking full ownership of your life and making intentional choices every single day. Those who achieve everything they want in life understand one simple truth: success is earned. It's not handed out, and it's not reserved for a select few. It belongs to those who are willing to pay the price through effort, focus, consistency, and personal growth. Every day, you make decisions that either move you closer to your goals or further away from them. The question is, are you making those decisions with purpose? People often look at successful individuals and think they had some secret advantage. But if you dig deeper, you'll find that most of them started with ordinary circumstances. What set them apart was their mindset, their commitment to growth, and their refusal to settle. They were willing to work harder, learn more, sacrifice comfort, and stay disciplined when it wasn't easy. They didn't wait for permission. They created momentum by showing up day after day with a clear mission and a willingness to do what others wouldn't. Jim Rohn said, "Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day." That idea is incredibly powerful. You don't have to be extraordinary to achieve great things. You just have to be consistent. When you choose growth over excuses, effort over ease, and learning over laziness, you begin to take control of your destiny. The life you want is possible, but only if you're willing to earn it. No one else can do the work for you. The sooner you accept that success is a choice you must make daily, the sooner you start building a life that reflects your highest potential.